I'm a nurse's aide for the community. I work 1 day a week at Marion Manor, a nursing home. And right now we have a new ministry out in Lawrenceville, Bloomfield, Garfield. I visit the LD, the shut-ins in the house. I bring them communion, I pray with them. I'll do whatever's needed in the house. I'll clean, I'll sweep, I'll cook. Whatever's needed, I'll do for them in their homes. And I'll go shopping for them if need be. I accompany them to the doctors. And I'll get them Meals on Wheels, so whatever, I try to be there and give them a support. And I also like to do hospice. That's one of my big goals, is doing hospice. I really enjoy that. It's amazing how it just evolved. Ever since I was a child, I remember 5 years old, I always wanted to be a nurse. Being an aide is close to being a nurse, and it's just a beautiful thing. God just, he just sapped me. He just he just saps me. What can I tell you? I've come from a Hispanic background. Mm-hmm. I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I graduated from a public school. My godmother, I guess she introduced me to the church. And she took me to church whenever she came around to visit. But when I went to church, I don't know, there was something there. And so one day my friend invited me back to the church, and the pastor of that church, matter of fact, I remember it was a Easter vigil, and he invited me back into the church. He heard my confession and everything, which is uncommon for them to do on Easter vigil, but he did it. And I always thought of vocation when I was young, but I never really followed through. I came in as an affiliate, and I worked until I became a postulant. But God really, he just, I don't know, if you're open to him and you listen, he just guides you. He really does. But I've grown so much since I've come into religious life. I fell in love with this community. I visit other communities, but I fell in love with this community when I came in, and it felt like home. I went to the manor and I fell in love with the little children's little bathroom, and that was it. That got me. I was like, okay, And so it was beautiful. It is beautiful, and I truly believe this is where the Lord wants me to be. There's no other place. And as I continue to grow spiritually and physically and mentally, I appreciate the community more. I think basically, no matter what, when we enter community, I always have to keep in perspective that I had entered for the Lord and to do His will, nothing else. I'm with a community, and hopefully I'm supporting them as they're supporting me. They've become my family. It's home. It's home.